All right, Harry, a hard-earned point on the road against El Paso, 1-1. Take me through your initial thoughts on the result.
It's a good result. Not many teams come here and get points here. They're a very good team. I think we see that in the first half. And we had to really adapt and make some changes at half time. I thought the players that come on the pitch changed the game for us. We need everybody in the squad. We say that a lot, and I think tonight really proved that it's a squad game. We've got 20 players on our roster, and we need all 20 of them. I'm sure you're going to ask me about some of the subs, so I just wanted to tee you up, really, just to say that their impact was excellent.
Yeah, second half response was strong, and that was a big part of it, was the changes you made with bringing in several subs. Obviously, the Peter Lee sub proved to be a good one. Can you just take me through the thought process coming out of the locker room?
Yeah, I think we needed to tweak some tactics, first of all, at half-time. I thought they were excellent, and we couldn't get hold of the ball in the first half, and they were overloading the half spaces, 2, 3 at a time, fullbacks playing inverted, wingers playing really wide, 2 wide 10s coming in and the forward going where he wanted. So, first of all, we had to address that. Next thing to address was when we took the ball from them, don't give it back to them. Don't let them see the ball. Don't let them find the rhythm. Again, we need to play like the big team, and I felt like we did. Changes. Rash give us a little bit more of a focal point. So if we did have to go a little bit more direct, it would stick with him. And we could go and join rather than trying to play Prince behind all the time. We could play off of Rash, and it could, we could come under the ball a little bit more. Andre for Luca was just a dynamic, really. I felt like we needed to cover slightly more ground. Andre come on and picked up second balls and drove us forward. And then always difficult taking a skipper off because he's so impactful for us. But just felt like we needed to play on the opposite side of Richie Ryan, who was very, very good in the game. And Pete gave us a little bit more energy going that way towards goal, whereas Dan wants to dictate. And Dan was great when he come off, supported everybody and was fantastic. So delighted with the guys that went on, Jaciel as well. Delighted with them. Tulu come on to see it out as well. And delighted with the response of the game changes that went on the pitch.
Yeah, and let's talk about Peter Lee real quick specifically. He's a guy super dynamic offensively, who I'm sure you'd love to get going on the offensive end. Finally got that first goal. How happy are you for him, and are you excited for what he can potentially bring off of this little boost? Yeah,
I mean, naturally Pete's a 6, but we spoke with him on the bench and told him, we didn't want to change the dynamic of Connor and Andre because it was a good dynamic, one being box to box and one sitting and dictating as a pivot. And Pete could affect the game in that half of the pitch. Very dynamic, very robust, very quick. And you see from the second he come on, he took the ball, took it on his chest, took the game by the scruff of the neck, covered ground well. And I was really pleased for him that he got on the score sheet.
San Diego next week, another faraway place, another long road trip. How are you going to manage this week in training to ramp up and be ready for it?
Yeah, we have to. It's a fine balance between getting the players on the pitch, getting the detail right, looking over clips, looking at what we did well, looking at the first half and not allowing that to happen again, especially against a good team, and also recovering correctly. We've got some really long flights ahead of us. Even tomorrow, travelling back, we've got a 4-hour and then another 3-hour on top of that, including a 90-minute layover. So it's not easy for these players, but their mental toughness has been something that's, out of the last, 4 games, I feel like we've performed in all 4. I feel like we've got, good points on the board for the teams that we've played. We was disappointed last week not to get something from the Phoenix game. We created enough chances to win that game as well, win 2 games, to be honest. And tonight, again, the feeling coming into the locker room was, it's a good point. And don't get me wrong, it's a good point. But we had chances. We had a couple cleared off the line. Corey has a massive chance. So we've now got to evolve from being, that team that we've become, which is a team that fights and a team that can dominate when we really put our foot on the gas, to a team that arrives like that at the beginning of the game and put 90 minutes together.